Also the great folks at Holly EFI. They're huge supporters of this event. VIP sponsor as well, Holly EFI. So here, this is limited to 35. Our first session of qualifying, and no testing today. No testing. Going straight in to qualifying.
All right, first 4 pairs of Alter Street Eliminator to the lanes. First 4 pairs, I had it right here. There you go, Fabian. Give me that dang thing. Alter Street, we need Jesse Coulter, Terry Wilson. So Terry Wilson, Davey Hall, Sean Pevler, Jason Spina, Chuck Bartholomew, Ray Cox, and Kiefer Simpson. First 4 pairs, Alter Street to the lanes.
All right, so their starter holding them up there for just a second.
All right, first 4 pairs of Alter Street to 5 and 6, please. First 4 pairs of Alter Street to lanes 5 and 6. The Maverick rolling in. It's a good old cowboy name. Got a nephew named Maverick, man.
So just hold them up there for just a second, doing a quick reboot of the timing and scoring computer up here in race control. As this is qualifying and no testing, obviously nothing yesterday due to unwanted Mother Nature intervention. No testing today, going right into qualifying. All right, so right now, according to Air Density Online, currently 43 degrees out there, and the density altitude, negative 922. It's like, I mean, that's way beyond mine shaft. I mean, water grains 30.5, dew point at 36. Here we go. All right, let's go. Evan Pixley at Clearwater, Florida, and Jeffrey Garrison out of Indianapolis, Indiana. That beautiful 73 Maverick on the right-hand side. You know,
small block, NOS, small block Ford with NOS on it, right?
Yeah, my dad had a Chevy Blazer back in the day that he actually raced it from time to time. And actually, this is a true story. At Maryland, went all the way to the finals in the streetcar night. This is back when a 500 reaction time was perfect. 500 reaction time, broke out by a thou.
Just didn't blip it.
No,
was it bumper to bumper all the way down?
Let's just say his opponent had a 7:23 reaction time.
But I mean, was the race like this, or was your
dad was?
There you go. Well, what's the rule of thumb? Trust your car, right?
Oh, yeah.
But also, if you don't see anything in that mirror near you, give it just a little blip, maybe. Then you know that you blipped it and went too slow.
Exactly.
But at least you win the race, right?
Exactly.
That's hard to do. I don't care. That.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're in the seat of that car, you can sit here and be Monday morning quarterback all you want.
Exactly. But it looks like they're going to give Evan Pixley another opportunity to burn out, warming those tires up here on this Thursday morning.
Hey, listen up. There's a Nissan Sentra. You're parked at the bottom of the staging lanes over there where the entrance is. You need to move it immediately. I don't have the plate number, but anybody that has a Nissan Sentra, you know where you parked. if you're parked down there at the end of the staging lane area where they come into the lanes down there in the pits, you need to move that immediately.
So you have that black Nissan Sentra. You got about 5 minutes to move your car. They're going to tow it. So here we go. We are green, and the Maverick blows the tires up. But how about Pixley on the top end of the racetrack? 518, 133 miles an hour. And Pixley found the right tune-up, and he's going to go to the #1 spot for now. Garrison struck the tires right at the hit.
All right, Fabian, here comes the battle of model brands, right? Well, they're both Fords, I believe, and the left lane's a 95. Isn't that like 94, 95 when they changed the body from the Fox body to this?
I believe so. Yeah, 93 was, I believe, that last year the Fox body, then they went to 94, 95. And it's Jonathan Inslee out of Marietta, Ohio, and the 95 Mustang got a small block 440 on the hood of that car. And
I like that car. I'm talking about Max. I didn't mean to get over on your tongue.
Max, that's a beautiful car, too.
That is a nice looking ride out of Dade City, Florida. The 2015 Ford Mustang, Coyote Power. Got the parachute pack. That indicates with our NHRA rules, that thing probably goes over 150 miles per hour. We'll see how he does. Look at the taillights work. Isn't that a good looking car?
That's beautiful. I'll tell you what, this is you find all different styles of cars out here, old school, late model, small blocks, big blocks. You got nitrous, got turbos, blowers, pro chargers. You got a little bit of everything here at South Georgia Motorsports Park.
All right, we need Wilson to the lanes. We need Terry Wilson to the lanes and Kiefer Simpson to the lanes. Sean Pebler to the lanes. Ray Cox to the lanes. We need those guys there. First 4 pairs of Ultra Street to 5 and 6.
Well, wheels up, sets it down, and I believe Jason Mack may have timed out. He's not going to get a time, but Inslee was out of the throttle earlier. And that is the official ruling from our starting line officials. Jason Mack timed out.
Look at that burnout. He's been watching this guy. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
He's been watching the other cars blow the tire off. He's like, I'm going to put some heat into this mother. Little Monte Carlo right there on the right side. I think that's Strong. There we go. Robert Strong, Pensacola, Florida. 87 Model SS. Who do you have in the left lane, Dave?
That's Kenneth Sellner of Elkhart, Indiana. That 2002 Chevrolet Camaro.
The air right now, like you said, Fabian, it's negative 900. Probably won't get any worse than that all day long. The air is it's disrespectful out here right now. It's like a 17-year-old kid talking to his mom. Just absolutely. Piston manufacturers are salivating watching this. They're ready to see carburetors go sky high, and we're going to watch Robert Strong go sky higher in a second. He laid it up right there.
Oh, yeah. Barrett Green with us there as he moves in here to let us know a lot of all the radial racers all throughout the country. 540, 132 miles per hour there for Strong. And left lane.
Kenneth Sellner there. Sellner sounds good enough. 536 with a 131 mile an hour. You're not going to see absolutely home run runs here this early in limited 235. The guys, they're just trying to get off the starting line. We need Ultra pairs 5 through 8. Ultra pairs 5 through 8. Yeah, he doesn't look as good as.
He's got the gloves on.
Yeah. He looked good last time in No Mercy. He looked like that guy outside of the corner store, like, yo, man, what you need? You need an 8th or what? Charlie Johnson, Mariana, Florida, the 68 Nova. You remember what I'm talking about, the chain outside the hoodie? Man, look at Ducky. Look at that machine right there. That Nova.
That car.
I know you got a thing for Novas.
I know he's got a Mustang, too.
Yeah, but it ain't as sweet as that Nova.
That thing looks, and I think it's a vinyl top that really pops that thing out of here.
It'd be a shame for him to paint the carbon trunk, but, man, it's the only thing that really kind of sticks out on that deal. Brandon Simmons here on the left-hand side of the racetrack. Yeah. Brandon Simmons, the most 67-ish looking 1990 Mustang ever there is He's definitely, I think, found some horsepower, some Tony Moore's carburetor machine here on the left-hand side of the racetrack. It's definitely got an update there.
All right, man, hard to recognize anybody with their hoodies up, but, man, it is a little chilly. Don't forget, if you need a hoodie, and I saw guys walk around in shorts and barefoot, but, you know, those are the Texas Bears. But anyway, get yourself a hoodie, man. They're on sale. Boss X has got a whole shipment of all types of great apparel, T-shirts, and all things. How do you do down there, Simmons?
Neither one of them looking very strong. Both of them kicked the tire. 6:37.0 for Simmons. He got there first, but he definitely left first. 0:16 on the tree, but Ducky, 8:11, 85 mile an hour, and knocked the tire off. And he said, "Look, I'm not going to pedal this thing. If it kicks a tire, I'm just going to motor on down there."
That'll bring up Brad, I believe, over in the left lane out of Florida.
Bad Brad Shear in the left-hand side of the racetrack.
That guy's like champion driver. He's won championships.
Yeah, he's
set records.
Limited 235 boogeyman.
And Brookie down there, I'll say back in.
If you would. Thank you, sir.
Out of Fort Myers, Florida, the left lane, there is the Hot Pants Tommy Brown machine coming up here. Loxahatchee, Florida, the 04 Mustang will be in the right side of the racetrack. And the 365 cubic inch small block Ford in the left lane, the 89 model year of Brad Shear.
Yeah, and folks, when you talk about bad Brad Shear, when you're the record holder for limited 235, that's why you is bad Brad. If you ain't in the stands freezing, that means you're watching the FloRacing feed here. Shout out to Chris Speck and the rest of the crew.
Oh. $686 for bad Brad. Again, both these guys out there trying to just find that happy medium. Can't go for the home run ball just yet.
Well, there's not only, a lot of these guys will get up there and get it. If it's 60 plus degrees out, 70 degrees out, nice track conditions. Right now, you are fighting all the elements. I should say that. I'm just saying that, you're not going to bring your regular tune up here today.
No, got to walk on eggshells out there a little bit as our next pair coming up. How about Dean Fluhart? Jacksonville, Florida, that 68 Mustang, Mark Benson Racing Engines. And this is a true story. Mark Benson lives right up there in Selbyville, Delaware, just a couple miles away from me. And when it snowed back in early January, we got almost a foot of snow. He was nice enough to come over to my house and go up and down my driveway for about 10 minutes making tracks in my driveway, just so my fiance and I could get out.
Just to compact it down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So definitely thank Mark for that. As he's got Dean's got MagFab Works out there. Tony Moore's carburetors. That's Jason Riley over on the left-hand side. Again, right now they're
look at that. Look at that cold purge coming out. That's that. Icicles, if you look close, crystallized.
Mm-hmm.
There for Fluhart as Dean will get up there with the spray and get that thing into the beams. Left lane, as Fabian said, Jason Riley coming up as Still Springs. Walter Drakeford. We need Sean Pevler to the lane. Sean Pevler, you need to be in the lanes. Walter Drakeford. Kayla Hubbard. Kyla Hubbard, excuse me. Stacy Roby. Jackson Henderson. Haley James. Mike Freeman. Brian Keith and Kelly Shotwell to the lanes 5 and 6. We need you there. Alta Street 5 through 8. We need to the lanes.
And top of the racetrack, 584 for Jason Riley, 594 for Dean Fluhart. Again, everybody kind of got to walk on eggshells out there a little bit. As Eddie Ramirez out of Sanford, Florida, in that 88 Mustang. And Jason Anderson out of Lake Mary, Florida, in that 71 Dodge Dart. As again, I'm Fabian Brown alongside Al Tucci, Barrett Green. Willie Dog going to be joining us here later on this morning, as we are thankful for each and every one of you for coming out to South Georgia Motorsports Park, and those watching on FloRacing. And like I said, Chris Speck and the entire FloRacing staff doing a great job on the coverage. Also to not only my fiance Kelly, but Mrs. Kelly, Kiefer's mama, watching on Flo. Here we go, Ramirez and Anderson. And both of them launched it hard and getting out of it again. You got to kind of walk on eggshells out there. As again, the DA right now, like we said, it was -922. And Jason Anderson has come to a stop just after about 500 feet out. So we are going to be under caution. So we're shutting them off. They see our safety crew already going down to them. And Ramirez 914 at 74 miles per hour.
Big shout out to all the fine people at Holley EFI, our title sponsor here. Don't forget to try out all the new products from Holley and Holley EFI. Very, very good stuff. They're on the grounds. Make sure you see who's selling what and go out there and see if they can help you out with your next project. Thank you.
All right, so once we get Jason Anderson pushed off the racetrack, we will fire up the next pair as they wait patiently. And that's Chris Tino out of Middletown, Ohio, in that 85 Mustang GT. And waiting to get the all clear on top end.
Keith Simpson, Jackson Henderson, and Haley James to the lanes, please. We need you there now. Simpson, James, and Henderson, we need you in the lanes now. We need Roby, Freeman, and Shotwell to the lanes, please. Roby, Freeman, and Shotwell with Alter Street to the lanes, please.
Also, real quick, as well, there it is. Sun's coming out there, but also want to wish a happy birthday today to Mr. Jim Hughes, the owner-operator of Tucson Dragway out there in Arizona. So happy birthday today to Jim. And also, speaking of streetcar bragging rights, how about they're headed to Rockingham in the month of May? That's going to be pretty cool. And Nate, I think, got back with this one. Aren't you guys doing the cruise? You're doing it on Rockingham, the Roundy Round Rockingham? That's pretty cool. Oh, just about clear on the top end of the racetrack before we fire up the next pair. Again, just waiting to get the all clear from our safety folks down the part of the racetrack. You know, Sweet Teas is open. They got pulled pork nachos, hot Brunswick stew, chicken sandwiches, and of course, sweet tea. Let's go ahead and do the burnouts. So Chris Tino, Middletown, Ohio.
All right, Fabian.
Yes, sir.
Limited still in the house right here.
That's right.
Look at that wagon on the line. I don't have a name on file, but, man, it's a four-door, and there's a big dude in there saying, all right, we got to get it back. Grandma's going to expect this thing back in the driveway. Not with that puff going out of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, you can carry a surfboard or two on top of that thing, head on down to Miami Beach and go a little surfing, but it's Chris Tino, left side, again, the 85 Mustang GT. Ford powered.
Tino, nice car, Middletown, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So right now they're still chasing Evan Pixley in that Blazer 518. Only a couple of cars really have gotten down the racetrack.
Did Evan strike the tire for a split?
I don't think,
did it hook and go?
I think he John forced it, where maybe just a second, but he pedaled it real quick.
Yeah, that's what I think. I swear I heard it go bump, bump, and so not bad.
And look at Tino. There you go. Much better for everybody up top, man. 505, 144, and Chris Tino figures it out and goes to the number 1 qualifying spot by over a tenth. At 144 miles an hour, get a little over a tenth over Evan Pixley at nearly 11 miles an hour. All right, Jeremy Gray, left side, safety, Harbor, Florida, and Jimmy Harris. They're bringing us the Scooby snacks up here. Love them. So Jeremy Gray, left side, Jimmy Harris, right side. The 1990 Chevrolet Camaro. 440 cubic inches, Jimmy Harris on the right side. That Mustang convertible purging the nitrous oxide. Let's get pairs 9 through 12 of Ultra Street to the lanes, please. Pairs 9 through 12 of Ultra Street. That's Chad Wendell, Keith Borowski, Jimmy Curtis, Tyler Cornegie, Lonnie Deers, Bill Putnam, Tom Swan, and Sonny Roush. So here we go. Harris in, waiting on Gray. Gray's in. And Harris didn't move, barely moved. Jeremy Gray, 5:16 at 133. Now, Jimmy Harris, that does count as he made the run because he staged the car under power and he left the starting line and rolled about 5 feet. Got a reaction time. So 5:16 for Jeremy Gray. So Harris will be towards the bottom of the order.
Probably the very bottom, unless someone messes up.
But Gray, he's going to go to the number 2 spot.
Boy, that's a good-looking Mustang over here, isn't it?
Oh, I love that car.
The blue one, white stripes. That's a pretty car, man.
Mm-hmm. So Kurt Welfel and Colt Scott be your next pair.
Welfel out of Griffin, Georgia, in the 65 model Mustang with the parachute on the back, good-looking wheels on there.
Wealth on the left side. Griffin, Georgia. Colt Scott right side. So right now they're chasing number one qualifier. It's Cristino, 5:05 of the 7. And it's a couple folks, I think they figured out you got to ease into it. You can't, you know, stomp on that loud pedal like Clay Milligan would say. Look at that wheel stand for that truck, baby. That's what I'm talking about. How many? 538 and 131, but Colt Scott said, ride him, cowboy. Whew. And Wellville had issues, 854 and only 99 miles per hour. So that put Colt Scott in the number 5 spot. And it looks like this will be our final pair of Limited 235. We got Michael. How about Michael Constantino all the way from Cheltenham, Victoria, Australia? The 1988 GM Holden machine, LS power on nitrous oxide. No information on the left-hand side just yet. But remember last at No Mercy, Grantley Schloss took on Pro 275.
And the old Holder
Australia.
Nova. Remember that?
Yeah.
That thing's quite the car. That should be here this weekend, I would
believe
think.
so.
This guy here, too, went very well at the last race down there in Bradenton. This little orange car won some laps, man. I mean some laps.
Oh, popping them, setting the tires down, and left-hand side, 570, 137 to a 657 and 133 miles per hour. That'll be it for Limited 235. Let's give you your quick rundown right now of the top 10. Cristino, your number one qualifier, 5:05 of the 7, 144. Jeremy Gray in the 2 spot, 5:16.9, 133. Evan Pixley, third at 5:18.4. Kenneth Sellner in the 4 spot at 5:36.9. Colt Scott, that Saddle Cowboy pickup truck, number 5 spot at 5:38. Robert Strong, number 6 at 5:40. Car 007 in the 7 spot at 5:70. Jason Riley, Dean Fluhart, and Brandon Simmons rounding out your top 10.
For 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils. 100% PAO-based oil, the Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Streaks it left wing side, scores! They are Calder Cup champions!
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
All right, so getting ready to go into Ultra Street. And Ultra Street this weekend brought to you by the good folks at Bennett Racing Engines, Maxima Racing Oils, and MacFab Beadlocks. So getting everything ready to go here. Ultra Street coming up next. First pair out, Jesse Coulter. Terry Wilson, of course, Jesse, the champ. I'm still not used to seeing Jesse Coulter in a Ford. Just not used to it. So the sun still trying to come out here, try to warm it up just a little bit. And of course, like all the good folks, Summit Racing Equipment here with us this weekend. Good folks, Bennett Racing Engines, Chris Daniel Investments, CompCam, Davis Technologies. Good folks, Holly EFI. Everybody has a hand putting this race together. FloRacing, the live coverage. Once again, all call for Ultra Street. Their first session qualifying.
Had a little bit of fun there, Al and Fabian there. Had to go help the homie out. Normally, the t-shirt guy and the YouTuber. You know, it's usually just the 2 or 3 of us. And we got our boy Poland with us, and he's like, "Hey, I need some help. It's the first time I haven't made a pass without you. I just need to come down here."
But that's what it's about, man. You were helping him out in Bradenton, doing the deal. You did the walk. I'm surprised someone from NHR didn't pick you up for like
a
a
little
team
backup
crew.
girl there. Start working on these calves.
I was going crew member. Like,
oh, you're fine.
But that is a cool car.
Yeah,
it really is. I tell you that there, and I was telling you here, that car's what they call a sleeper.
Yeah, we'll get that tech card up here, but you know, definitely a big thank you to Cheeseburger and Terry Wilson. I mean, he's over there welding on that thing, and it's all the people out there, you know, pretty much Jimmy Dale Nation came together, and after blowing the gear up, you know, Monday, like made it 40 foot.
By testing?
One test card, $300. Boom!
Wow.
Which that's the tech card, and then, you know, $700 worth of gears.
Do you remember how much wear and tear is on that rear end?
All I know is we tried to put it together the way that it came apart, and it was not very happy. And we put it together the right way, and it seems to go a little better.
You know, that was a great statement, wasn't it? Ring and pinion. It wasn't happy, so we pried it in there. We didn't have any white grease, so we couldn't find the tracking and how it was tracking, but it'll work. It'll work.
Yeah, well, I mean, it took 2 or 3 people to push that thing in Bradenton. I mean, you saw us, and then now I'm pushing by myself.
There you go. So
yeah.
when that thing gets harder to push, you say,
picks up a little
we
speed.
might want to check the gear out.
Well, you know, you break an 8.8 gear, and then all these guys are like, yeah, 8.8 problems. You know, you only get about 15 passes, brother. And it's like, well, we're about 7 times that. I am excited to see the Ultra Street cars come out here. I know we have a name crossed off our list there. Yeah. So there apparently was a Ultra Street conference call, State of the Union address, and apparently all was decided was Kaliva said, well, to hell with y'all, I'm going to go ahead and run X. So we'll see that car run X275 this weekend. Oh, yeah, I didn't. But, you know, the world record holder for Ultra Street says, nah, I'm going to go ahead and step up more and go X. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see what he can do there. But, I mean, Ultra Street now, you know, you say, oh, it's the record holder. You know, he went out in Bradenton. So it's like, it's not like you go to the top and then you got it sewn up because we don't race on paper. We'll see what we got going on here. Got good shot of people. Big shout to my man Terry Wilson there, Uncle Terry. Coming at you with the BES Big Block Ford power.
Hey, Sean. Can you hear me? I just wanted to make sure you could hear with the hoodie on, not the helmet. Bless you, kid.
Yeah, we were over there. We were looking how you told Terry that you're #1 fan there. It's going to be a barn burner right here. Say rematch of the finals there in Ultra Street from U.S. Street Nationals. Yeah, I got Coulter and Mr. Terry here.
All right, so a lot of action going on. I'm telling you what, man. Look at the old faces. Not that they're old in age, but, man, the old faces of, hey, I know who you are. You got a blue vet. I know. You can shake your head. Shoes match the car. Get ready. The cold does that, you know. Brings out the, damn, why am I doing this? I'm so cold. But we got track prep going on. Fabian's over here sending postcards to his long-lost uncle. They'll be happy to see that. And Barrett Green alongside of us. As long as we get the track to stay a little warm, we'll get some good numbers into it. Believe me, we've already seen a wild wheel stand, so I know there's some hook out there to be had. Just got to find the tune to do it.
All right, getting ready to go.
All right, Fabian. Didn't mean to wake you up, man. I'm going to tell you what, though. We're getting ready for the next class. 235 just finished off, and we are going to go into Ultra Street. Bennett Racing Engines and Maxima Racing Oil. MacFab Beadlocks. Bringing us this category right here.
In this first pair rematch of the U.S. Street Nationals final.
Yep, there it is. Out of Bradenton, Florida. Just a few weeks back.
Jesse Coulter to Bowling Green. And speaking of Bowling Green, we want to send our thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by the flooding up there in the Kentucky area. And Terry Wilson out of Indiana. As again, saw some of the pictures there from Beach Bend Raceway Park, where most of the racetrack was underwater. So again, our thoughts, prayers go to everybody up there affected by those floodwaters. Is Jesse Coulter and Terry Wilson.
So we got Mr. Terry Wilson backing up here, Pittsburgh, Indiana, and we do, I believe it's Kiefer Simpson has the Racing for Davey stickers here, as we will see a Buick or a Buick-powered Mustang here, not on the property. Mr. Davey Fiscus no longer with us here, so Dave and family said that they're going to stay up there and process that, and the extended family here is thinking about the Fiscus family. We definitely have you guys in our thoughts here, and
Absolutely.
We're going to see what we got going on. As you know, Ultra Street's one of those deals where Fiscus is always tenacious at it. You know, you got Cheeseburger, the rest of the crew, and he is ready to go, and it definitely is it's definitely a tough loss there for the Fiscus family, and we are feeling it here for you guys. We wish all the best. We will see you at the next race, though. Pretty sure it's Kiefer Simpson. I'll get some more on that, on having the Racing for Davey stickers.
And they're backing off Jesse Coulter, so Terry Wilson going to go in a solo. Not sure exactly what happened to Jesse Coulter. There goes Terry, 109 short, top end of the racetrack. How about a 4:51, 156 miles an hour for Terry Wilson. Good, solid lap to open it up here in Ultra Street.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Terry going to go to the #1 spot for now, as we'll go to our next pair. Looks like Jason Spina.
Oh, yeah. Jason Spina out of Cocoa, Florida will be over there in the left lane. The red machine is Hall. I think, is that the son or the dad?
Yeah, that's
Charles
dad.
Hall, right?
I believe so. I believe that's the dad.
So Davey Hall coming up here on the right side. The Hall Racing team, the son of Charles Hall. He'll be over there. Kid does good, man. I'm going to tell you what, watching him the last couple of races in Bradenton, now here, we'll see how he gets here qualified, how he does in eliminations. That's the trick, keeping it all dialed in. Spina, he knows his deal. Small block forward over there in the left lane. Gorgeous car. They'll roll up to the starting line and prepare for this Ultra Street qualifying session number 1. Told you that kid's good, man. Look at that thing. He's got a good old car.
450, 165.
And Spina follows up with 400s different at 454 with a 156 in the left lane. Not bad at all to set the stage. Look at that. First 3 cars are in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how it goes here. Bartholomew coming up now in the right lane as he'll be over here. Ready to go in the white Mustang. Who do you have in the left lane?
That's Walter Drakeford out of Clearwater, Florida. That 86 Mustang with that 427 cubic inch machine. But again, all 3 cars so far here in Ultra Street have gotten down the racetrack. And they're going to, bring a little more power into it later on in the weekend. But hey, it's about getting down that racetrack. As there you go, 450 with a 6, the number 1 spot at the present time.
I think it's pretty sure it's Chuck Bartholomew here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. You hear the big blower car come at you. See, Drakeford said, I think I just need to change the car up a little bit. A paint job is always a good way to go. It was drop dead gorgeous black, and now, it's even better blue. That car looks fantastic.
First call, streetcar bragging rights to lanes 2 and 3. First call, streetcar bragging rights, lanes 2 and 3.
Look at this.
Look at
this.
Drakeford, huh?
Woo!
Wow, 50 for Bartholomew. 450 with a 4, 157. What a field so far, right?
Oh, my goodness.
This is like...
and it goes number 1 by 2,000.
2,000ths of a second, man. Then we go into the 100th off in the 3rd spot. 300ths off in the 4th. Good drag race here in qualifying for this category. Let's see how the next 2 do. Here comes Ray Cox, right?
Yeah, it's Cox R Us here. Ray Cox in the right-hand side. That's Big Cox, so that means Little Cox is out there.
That's right. They're burning the rubbers is what they're doing right there. They got that thing going to town down there on the right side.
Pontiac
they know how to
power.
tune this thing, man. If you're a Pontiac lover, you're obviously going to love these 2 guys.
Yeah. If there was a poster to put up on the wall, it's that right there. It's this machine right there. And man, if you like G-bodies, I don't know if it's the Mama Duck cooking or something else, but my pants are definitely tight with the G-body in the left lane over there. The young Jackson Henderson said, Turbo, that's not cool. You know what's really cool? Nitrous, baby.
Yeah, he's going back into his dad's old footsteps before they put the supercharger on. He had that thing with the late Monty Smith tuning it for years. Then Stevie Jackson tuned it.
Yeah.
Then he said, we're throwing this bottle back here in the shed. We're going to put a blower on this thing.
Put this nitrous on a tractor.
And then the kid happened to go in the shed and saw all the old parts. He goes, hey,
what
you
are you
using
doing
that stuff?
Yeah. Jackson Henderson, man, he's a racer right here, whether it's open comp or 6-0 with that thing. And now look at it. Cox is in. Here comes Henderson. Battle of the nitrous cars here in Ultra Street. Look at him go. 113 for the Cox rod. Getting after it right there, left-hand side. Jackson Henderson. Yeah, you left first, but let me get on motor on around you. 453.9, 159. They're going to be happy with that one.
How about that field so far? Do you like that, Barrett? Look at these guys. That's a tight field right there. Here comes a guy who didn't fare too well down there in the Bradenton race. Get the Rife sensors on there from Motion Raceworks. Watch out, young lady. There you go. Well, she was smarter than the guy that was going to walk behind the car.
We were working on that brown car, and I went over to ask Chad if he had a screwdriver or something, and he goes, well, I'll do you one better. You get that thing over here, we'll put a blower on it. And I was like, man, I don't know if that's allowed unlimited. He goes, who cares? Get you a Texas Roadhouse gift card.
There you go, man. Well, Brian Keep had his share of encountering from the right lane to the left lane back there in Bradenton at the last event. And kind of scary, man. If you watched it,
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't
quick.
know.
It was
Did
with
you
a
ever
quickness.
investigate that? Did the throttle hang up, or was that wheel speed that drove him across the track?
I mean, whatever it is, it definitely was very, very quick. And I mean, by the time it happens, it's it's over. You're along for the ride. I think it did. It probably spun a little bit and then hit the gear change and then just goes to the moon.
But it's one of those slow. Remember the Buick that did that? And went. And we're watching it, and it looked like someone just pushed it, but it must have had 100-mile-an-hour wheel
Yeah, they're
speed.
like radial racing, and it's like, well, you get out there where it shouldn't be, and then it's like on ice.
All right, so here we go in the right side. Kyla Hubbard ready to go out of Montgomery, Texas. She hits the tire. Brian Keep's going to go down there after a hit. See, I'll just pedal her down there and work some warm air through this engine. 656.5, 106 miles per hour for them. That shall bring up the JPC Racing Ford Mustang, the RGR Engines sponsored machine of that guy, not on file. Follows us everywhere, doesn't he, Fabian?
He does.
It looks like it's got a carbon wrap on it. Old machine here on the left-hand side. I think that's Wendell. We have that nice little piece of paper. Got some people's names on it. Well, never mind. We had one for Ultra, and then Butters took it. Thanks, Butters. Great guy, that Butters.
I can't wait. I love that Buick. That thing's cool looking. You know, I think it's because you see Camaros, Mustangs, and all the stuff.
Thanks to the FloRacing guys. Chad Wendell in the left-hand side of the race.
Thank you, Flo. We knew they were good. Got the name over there for Chad down there in that.
You're going to need to get in. He's going to time out. He's in. There we go.
And top of the racetrack, how about a 464, 160. Left-hand side stuttered at the line, and, well, just going to idle on down.
It's almost like mint chocolate chip, but, you know, whenever your car doesn't leave the line and then you're rolling and you see the camera flash go, you're like, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
So Jimmy Curtis on the left-hand side out of Massachusetts. And Kelly Shotwell from Carlisle, Ohio.
Kelly Shotwell, Betty White Racing here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Extreme Automatics, UPR Racing Products, a Pro Charger coming at you in Jesus. We trust here.
Is that Betty White riding shotgun?
Yeah, Betty White is riding shotgun.
How about it? You go, Betty.
You know, if you ever
Shotwell's got her over there. Hey, what did she go to? Like 100 or 99?
I think she made it almost 100. She was definitely 90, definitely 99.
I think she just missed it by a few months.
Like days, maybe. Shotwell, he's waiting.
Look at this.
Look at Curtis. How about it, man? 468.5. 480 in the right lane for Shotwell. That's going to change things up, right?
And Kelly Shotwell rolling out of the throttle probably about 500 feet out, and that's where the mile an hour comes down to that 480 going to the 10 spot. Jimmy Curtis, number 8. as our next pair. Line of deers on the left-hand side out of Amelia, Ohio. That's 70 GSX. All right, and the red lights have been activated, so we're going to check out the racetrack real quick, make sure everything's A-OK there before we go to our next pair.
All right, streetcar bragging rights. The lanes 2 and 3, please. Streetcar bragging rights to 2 and 3.
You just want to read it out. Stream Automatics, 10 Soldier race car machine here in the left-hand side of the racetrack. Shout out to the Soldier boys. They definitely got the live feed on in the shop, making all them rear ends and everything out. This is Luscious Lonnie here in the Buick, Amelia, Ohio. Right-hand side of the racetrack, Keith Sabrowski coming at you in the old Mustang here in the right lane. Isn't Sabrowski, boost up for him. Here comes Luscious Lonnie. Look at the Buick go, baby. She is rolling. 465, 154, but man, Sabrowski lays it down on the table and says, deal with this.
Wow. 447 by just about 300ths of a second. Sabrowski goes to the #1 spot. And they're calling for the officials and the safety crew to check the racetrack.
All right, so they're going to push them back, let the tractor go out there and do its job down there, clean up a little bit of this or that. And the Alter Street Chevrolet Camaro, man, check that out. Vinyl top. It's got a door from an old flame job somewhere. Looks cool, though. These are the cars you don't ever count out, man. Don't look at it and go, huh, yeah. I'm going to tell you why, because back in 1990, was it 94, 93? Todd Moyer showed up to Memphis with a car with baling wire holding the trunk down and stuff, and everybody's going, look at this guy. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy fly. As Todd Moyer took everybody out of the program that weekend. And the rest is history. Hey, All right, so while they're cleaning the track, don't forget, front gate or at Debbie's. Debbie's up there. Debbie Fletcher has those stickers for the Fiskus family that they would like everyone to represent. If you put it on your car, Racing for Davy, the Fiskus family who lost their son, and we really feel horrible for that. I mean, great racing family, right? And then you see them, and everything's great at the track, and they're doing what they do, winning races, setting points, and then you kind of forget what's happening at home, and we apologize and send our prayers to the whole family, Barrett. It's a hard deal.
Well, and then on top of that, too, it shows you the family that they are. They're saying, hey, we're raising money, for the school that Davey went to. It said it's a small school for special needs kids.
They need a playground. They need a lot of things.
A lot of equipment. And they say, look, we would love nothing more to have Davey's legacy be that we turned a tragedy into something, that helps a lot of people. And so that's what they're trying to do. We'll have a QR code for some donations. We'll get that set up. And if anybody would like to come to the tower and donate to that cause, we will make sure to send it back up to Ohio whenever the rest of the crew goes, and we'll make sure that it goes to the right place and where it needs to be. Because
do they have a PayPal or anything, or is there anything that
we'll get all that information?
You're going to set all that up.
Yeah.
All right.
But the main thing is there's nothing bigger than a racer's heart. Like, it's just, you're out here and that's all you want to do is just, how can I help? And they say, look, wait, we have everything handled, but if you want to help, this is what we want to do with your help.
Absolutely. So our hearts go out, prayers go out to that family, the Fiskus family, and make sure to love the ones you're with, man. That's all I can say. All right, pairs 1 through 4 of X275. DJ McCain, Marty Piercy, Chris Taylor, Stephen Barnett, and Charles Hall, Ron Rhodes, Eric LaFerrier, and Billy Lackey. We need you to the lanes. First 4 pairs of X275, please.
Thank you to the SGMP track staff out there, Mike Crook, Raymond Perez, the rest of the crew. I mean, we got oil down, we cleaned it up, we back racing. I mean,
Tyler Cornegie?
yeah.
Is that who that is?
That's. I mean, if that's how you want to say it, I'm going to go with it.
Cornegie over here on the right side out of Mount Olive,
North Carolina.
Oh, no. Here comes the guy.
Uh-oh.
This time it's not raining.
The left-hand side of the racetrack, man, I like where they're at here with the Camaro. Man, if it's the right year, we'll take it. We don't care what the color is.
You hear? That thing's from the West Coast.
Ah.
Made its way all the way back down to Ohio. That's an old West Coast Racers car. Where's Biscuit?
Shoo! Well, yeah. Whoever owns it, Tom Swan owns it now? Well, he's about to have to bust out that wallet and get a new rear gear because that thing is toast. And then big old nitrous backfire here from Cornegie in the right lane.
Well, it's rolling, so I don't know how much toast it is. Usually when they're really toast, you got to get a floor jack.
Yeah, it was drive shaft or something. Here, you watch the replay. It just moved like 2 foot. Went to the moon. Something. I don't know. They're backing it up right now. This goes up. Boom.
That's all she wrote, man.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right, for a free. Oh, I can't say that because, you know, one of those dudes will go over there and tell them who. I wanted to say where the door came off of what car, what famous flame job.
Or I don't even know.
That could also be a practice door, you know, for, hey, let's do some flames.
Some tech schools out there like, yeah, we got these trainer doors and it's a 60 first-gen Camaro. Yeah, whatever our big backfire here from Cornegie, they're like, let's just push it back to the pits, player. That'll bring us to the Team UPR Products machine here on the right-hand side of the racetrack, and in the left, all the way from up there.
Here comes trouble, man. Hide your food, hide your family, and put your wallets with a chain around it.
Georgina Buckley over here on the left-hand side of the racetrack, looking strong, just sitting there, ready to go. Got the nitrous power coming at you, and I think we'll even see Big Dave Buckley with Sammy the Bull here in Pro 275 or LDR. What's up, dog? We're going to see Georgina Buckley here, the Buckley family. Good to see them back racing here with the DXP family. And speaking of DXP, you can get your Lights Out 16 Radio Redemption t-shirts right behind the tower next to the VIP tent. Papa Duck and crew are selling them. You want some SGMP merchandise? The blue, green, and black trailer right over here, right next to the staging lanes, has got your SGMP swag there. So we'll see Georgina Buckley on the left-hand side of the racetrack and Big Bill Putnam coming at you at Loxahatchee, Florida. Spin the tire, and Georgina, 1, 2, 3 wheel stands there for Georgina. Dave's like, well, that's not what we wanted to do there, George. They'll bring it up here for
I'll tell you what,
Q2.
Dave's getting down to driving weight again, man.
It's absolute trouble now. Ain't no good. Mike Freeman coming at you with Big Edna. The 88 Ford Mustang, big block power in the right lane. Nitrous Salad on board here in the right lane. Left-hand side is going to be Samantha Moore coming at you from Brighton, Michigan. The Coyote-powered 2014 Mustang. So we'll see Mike Freeman, what he can put on the board here in Q1 for Ultra Street here. Lights Out 16 Radio Revolution. Samantha Moore, well, knocked the tire off. Mike Freeman, he is still staged. If he can get it fired back up, stay in gear. Here we go. Stays in the beams. He's got a terrible reaction time. 116 down low. Freeman, Big Edna. She here to party. 465.7, 154. So you saw the crew guys kind of stand there and like, all right, well, I think that's it. And then they said, no, nope, he is fully staged. He has a shot at it, and then if he don't get it, that's it. Well, Al Tucci's up here with his autograph session, but he missed a beautiful smoky burnout right there in the right lane.
Hold on, lawyers are calling.
It's my man Sonny Rash coming at you here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. He'll be backing up that old third gen. Doesn't help. Is there either one of them in the computer? But I know Sonny Rash is in the right lane.
Barrett, when did you start using crutches? How about it, man? Save it, baby. Don't hurt it. That thing buzzed up there in the right lane. He got out of that thing very fast.
Don't worry, just letting all the heat out. No big deal. Left-hand side of the racetrack is going to be Mr. Kiefer. Kiefer Simpson back in the machine on up here on the left-hand side of the racetrack. The American Express machine, 444 designs. If you need some, any sort of apparel, embroidery, T-shirts, whatever it is, even logo work. Kiefer and Haley will definitely get you taken care of there. The American Express machine is getting back on up. Jonathan Dramatic out there on the left-hand side of the racetrack taking care of him, as well as Klein Simpson. And the right-hand side of the racetrack, PG in the house. That is, that's OG Mike Clark here in the right-hand side of the racetrack from the Grove. One of the Pleasant Grove boys here in the right lane. Got the whole Texas contingent. He is, there's a couple benefits to being short. One of those is when you have a race car set up for a short lady, you are a short man, you can, you can wheel that unit. Miranda Burris is watching on from the, was supposed to be watching on from the cheer competition for her daughters, but that got 86th, and now she's just watching the feed there. So shout out to you, Miranda, there. I'm sure you probably cash in on them airline miles and get you a ticket. Fly on out to this unit. We'll see what Mike Clark's got here in the right-hand side of the racetrack. And Kiefer Simpson. Kiefer Simpson looking strong there. 450 with a 7, 159 for Kiefer.
All right, don't forget, get a bite to eat. Concessions are open here at South Georgia Motorsports Park. You can also go down and see Sweet Teas. They are open with pulled pork nachos, hot Brunswick stew, and chicken sandwiches, and the sweet tea, the famous sweet tea. Make sure you get a bite to eat. I know it's chilly. I know the wind's blowing. That doesn't help. But it will be a wonderful weekend. I'm sure it's going to warm up, and what a wind, man. Look at that flag. Just blowing in the wind. It's quite the exciting action there. A 47.9, I think, is the young hole on the top of the sheet there. We'll get everybody. I think we'll get it updated here momentarily, get all the tech cards in. There was a mad rush to tech in this morning, and so sometimes we get entries in the class and we don't have them in there, and we can get it figured out there, so we will. Oh, never mind. I'm sure someone's going to message me right now and be like, brother, you know who went a 47.9? It's all right. I tell you about the big hats that are on sale here, Big Hat Mafia. Right over there. It's not a waste of money. It's good looking. If you want to look good, you go over there and get ready. So a little bit of traction action with our tractors going down there to groom and broom and do all the good things to make this radial track 100% as they will for all the cars. I hope that Streetcar Bragging Rights is there in 2 and 3. They should all be in there. Streetcar Bragging Rights should be in 2 and 3. X275.
Don Flow Drag Racing, Lights Out 16, hanging out here, catching up a couple minutes with one of the big hitters in Pro 275, Tim Dutton, new Pro Mod driver as well. Let's make sure we give that credit. Tim, it's cold. We all look the same right now. And when I walked up, you said, I'm getting ready to go to the hotel.
Yeah, well, we ain't going to the hotel, but we got a nice warm motorhome. We'll just sit in that for the day. It's just cold. We got our program pretty well figured out, we believe, and rather than risk any injury to the car or parts or anything like that, waste parts, we're going to sit.
So do you take that from the approach? Is that your strategy, like you just call it playing chess, not checkers?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So now that you're going to sit for the day, does that create anxiety in you if somebody in Pro 275 goes out there in these conditions and lays down a run and you haven't made it down the racetrack yet, you haven't pulled off? Does that start to create any anxiety in you and your tune-up crew, or do you just go, congrats to them?
No, as a driver, you just got to be able to roll it off, because every day and every round's a different round. So congrats to anybody that does it, and that's great. I mean, it always feels good to rip off a nice run. But, as everybody knows at races, eliminations is a different game. You might have done it before, now do it again,
Well, it's definitely not for the faint at heart or the lack of intelligence. The weather come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is definitely not what we have today.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, it's a different racetrack. So race the track you get each day, and we're not racing on this track today. It's not eliminations today. So you got to be confident in your guys, your program, and everything. Just say, you know what, it doesn't make sense. Let's just sit it out.
So let's fast forward a little bit. Let's move down the highway here 5 days from now. You're standing around here. You're not racing today. We just started talking a little bit before we went on air about your Pro Mod venture, if you will. How is that going for you off the track more so than on the track? There's a lot that goes into getting a Pro Mod operation going, whether you're partnering with somebody or you're actually starting from scratch. How's that been going for you and your team behind the scenes?
It's been going great. We were able to get our wrap put on, so we stripped off the old wrap to make it a little more updated with some of my colors and some of the past colors and stuff like that. So we're able to get that done, and in between the two races, and just everybody's come together. And our crew, well, some of them are getting tune-ups too. We've got some heart surgery being done on one, and one recovering from heart surgery while we were there at the last race. So everybody's getting a tune-up.
Okay, Tim, I'm not real sure that you're smiling and laughing, and that's good that they're still here, but I'm not real sure that we all want to go into the off-season or into the season getting heart tune-ups.
Well, you don't get a choice with that, right? You do get a choice. Do it or don't, right? So, and they got choices, and they've done it, and they're happy, they feel good, and so live to race another day, they say, right?
Absolutely. Going into the last World Series of Pro Mod event, this winter series for DI, you showed up at the last one at US Streets, your first get-go, if you did, as far as the Pro Mod side. Did you guys get a chance to do any extra testing, or are you going to be testing this week going into World Series of Pro Mod?
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do any extra testing, and we didn't even get to do the testing we had hoped to do at the last race. We missed out on 3 days, so I only got 4 total laps in that car, so we're going to start testing on Wednesday, put some laps on the car, and try to get in shape to go.
How's your confidence level on transitioning from the Radial Pro 275 car that might as well just be like your warm blanket for you and your team over into the 360 world of Outlaw Pro Mod?
I feel great about it. I mean, everybody we got's all experienced. They all know that car like the back of their hand. So having people that know that car and can basically, and the former owner and driver, to be able to tell me how it's going to behave, how it's going to act, and what to do, when to do it and stuff, it's great. You have a roadmap. Basically, you just got to stay strict, follow it, pay attention to the rules, so to speak, and do it. And the car does follow right behind you, so to speak. Always an adventure on the ride, but that's part of the Pro Mod ride, right? That's what we want.
Folks, Tim Dutton, this week, Pro 275. Next week, World Series of Pro Mod. Stay tuned. Lights Out 16.
All right, listen up. First 12 pairs of X on the list. DJ McCain, Marty Piercy, Chris Taylor, Charles Hull, Billy Lackey, Eric LaFerrier, Marquez Hatton, Alan Feltz, Jeff Moses, Jeff Miller, Sean Lyon, Brian Brooks, Haley Hawes, Mark Meering, Terry Bloomer, Jack Dykeman, Vince Neilio, Taylor Johnson, Scott Carter, Nick Kokis, Rick Masterson, and Austin Keene to the lanes. First 12 pairs should be there.
Street car bragging right action coming at you, so you'll see it's blind qualifying. The clocks will be on in eliminations, but...
All right, so streetcar bragging rights brought to you by...
Streetcar bragging rights.
Nate Prater.
Nate Prater.
Good kid, man.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
girlfriend, good hardworking couple down there, and bring some fast street cars to the table. And as Barrett Green just pointed out, they don't show the times during qualifying, but they'll show them in eliminations. And believe me, what you're watching here,
Yes,
full quarter mile. You're watching full quarter mile. So remember this, if you're new to this sport or new to this category, you're about to get your mind blown come Saturday when you see the numbers these guys and gals put up on the board.
Yeah, but you'll have to wait till eliminations to see that. But Wayne Willoughby here, Villarica, Georgia, coming at you. The Velocity Motorsports right down there in Valdosta, looking strong. And Rob Kohler here is going to be racing a couple different vehicles. Well, he has a couple different vehicles on the property. Lyle Barnett going to be piloting the real fast one here. It's already happened, yeah. Is that how I can give it to someone? Yeah, it's already happened. Yeah, they were... Vengeance Racing bringing streetcar bragging rights action to you. The other thing is on top of quarter mile competition, they have to drive to and fro the staging lanes. as well as make a 45-minute cruise on the circle track. So now we got Chuck Greer coming out here on the right-hand side of the racetrack, the vet, and the four-door machine of Derek Downing. Wheels up for the four-door ride. He was almost about to drag that vet in style, but the vet doing vet things, pulling the chute. It's cool. Cool idea. No, you are quarter mile, but it's a very, very, very long facility.
They look like donuts.
All right, speaking of tires.
Sure. Put him on his Pro Mod and set the tour car record? Pass. Those are good. Hey, could you imagine that there was... Yeah. Hey, you know the other crazy thing? We'll talk about it here in just a second, but Josh Davis coming at you from South Carolina. The hopefully keep the windshield in this unit here. This thing is a sick-week machine. And the Mustang left side just going to watch Josh Davis just drop-top machine roll out there. At one time, there was a school at your area that had you come out for, they had this guy at career day. He's like, look, kids, if you make bad financial decisions for all of your life, you stay away from hard drugs and scandalous women, you can waste all your money on race cars. And they're like, yay! Yeah, he's doing all three in St. Louis. Yeah, that's all. No, it's carry. Hey, it's carry and carry. Carry squared. I think there's 3 carries. I think they're all carries. Do you guys want your official Lights Out 16 T-shirts? Well, Papa Duck
where
will
we get 'em?
sell them to you at the VIP, right by the VIP tent.
Boss X down there, Boss X Productions.
She got merchandises. Hey, I bet you she's going to be out of chapstick by the end of the day.
Easily. All right, there we go. Now you're seeing streetcar guys. See, you don't just get up there and perfect. This guy's got it doing the twist, the shake, the shack. Look at that deal. Back it up and let's see what it can do.
Yeah, watch this unit right here. It's Jeremy Sparks coming at you. Sorry, are you going to take that back? It's a display. It's a little too small.
All right, so the Mustang in the right lane will bring it up, take on that Cadillac. Now I see where they got the design to make those electric trucks. Cleveland, Tennessee coming at you, the small block Ford Mustang. Oh, man. Look at the tires just went down right there, the split. Oh, he's going the whole quarter mile, shaking it up.
Driving into the chute there.
Jeremy Sparks, Cleveland, Tennessee, 91 Mustang. There's Nate Prater down there, the man who puts this all together. Walking over there up to the left lane with the gray hat. If you're interested in streetcar bragging rights, that's the guy you want to talk to. Or go talk to his gal over there selling T-shirts, hats, pins, and patches, and all the great things over there next to Boss X. Right now, they're going to back up the next pairing. Billy Wakefield out of Parrish, Florida will be up here in his Pontiac. Remember, streetcars, right? And Barrett, they have to do like a drive.
Yeah, they got to go the roundy round in 45 minutes. So if anybody's got a buddy that's got a buddy that's got a buddy that's got something really cool like a limo or maybe like a 85 Blazer on like 40s or something. I've seen pictures. The Internet Archive. Billy Wakefield needs to bump in. He's in. Shoo. Man, rolling it.
All right, Billy Wakefield went down. Next two coming to the starting line. Barrett Green, bring us the info on the car. Just did the beautiful smoky burnout.
Beautiful, yeah. It's my boy Jimmy Dale coming at you here, the left-hand side, the old 50 Shades of Brown machine. John Herring owned Hot Rod. Thanks for letting us race your car, player.
Texas. Does he even know it's out of the garage?
Yeah, no, he knows. He was down at U.S. Street with us.
Yeah, it's a cool car, man. And when you told me at Bradenton, this is a street racer, this car really has done time in the...
We're over here like getting this thing lined out for radio racing. He's like, bro, we got to get this thing on the streets. There's some people talking mad noise. Like, I don't think not with this thing no more.
Cool car, though. The nitrous oxide being purged down there in the left lane to bring it to added pressure. And in the right lane, that's what they look like newer.
Yeah,
the older Mustang and the newer one.
Went through all this work last night. There's at least 800 beers killed over in the Terry Wilson pit, but it's got a push bar mount on it now. But in this class, you got to drive to and from the pits. Luckily, his pit's right by the scales, but this thing's got a full-size radiator in it. I mean, old John Herring and his boy like to. There we go. Nah, he let it out there. That's what they're looking for out there. Cheese happy with that one. That'll give him something to work with. In Jesus we trust, baby. He's a man. I wish we had that in limited.
Cheeseburger doing his deal, man. And that guy's everywhere helping out. Good stuff. Got to have a great tuner to be great behind the seat, behind the wheel. Nate Prater, thank you so much. Streetcar bragging rights. You'll watch them throughout the weekend. They won't show the times till eliminations. And believe me, it's well worth watching when it comes up. So a little bit of glue going down, a little track prep going to happen down here, and we'll get this thing ready to get invaded by our next category, X275, I believe it's sitting down here. All call X275. All call X275. We need an all call for X275. Should be in the lanes. Get them to the lanes, guys. First round of qualifying for X275. Beautiful day celebrating the first qualifying session of Lights Out 16. Radial Redemption. Right here, South Georgia Motorsports Park, where it's called its home for the Lights Out and the Duck X races for many, many years.
Lights Out 16, Don O'Neill Flow Drag Racing, hanging out with the current points leader in the clubhouse in LDR, and I was told that all is right in the world because there's a nitrous car on top.
That's right. That's where they're supposed to be. Rules usually don't help us out, but we're there now.
Well, I got told that you snuck up and you caught the old Henderson group with their pants down at the last race, but besides that, you guys have been working really, really hard on your stuff.
We have. We struggled last year. You know, we won the championship in 23, and then last year we just missed it. With rule change and stuff, we missed it, and we figured it out at the very end, and we're going to try to go strong this year with it. No holding back.
Okay, no holding back. Now, typically when a race car driver says there's no holding back, that typically means that we got lots of parts in the trailer and we're not afraid to tear things up. Now, this is not nitrous weather.
Not at all. So we have lots of parts and don't want to use them, but we're planning to use everything in the trailer.
I've talked to a couple other racers already today, on camera, off camera. There's a lot of the guys that are up there in the points that have talked about the fact that they just don't see a need trying to make an attempt at the racetrack today based on the weather conditions and track temp. What is your plan with you and your dad? Is there anything out there for you to actually learn today, knowing that we're going to get a little bit of a weather swing going through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
I don't know. You know, this Mother Nature's been crazy, so who knows what the weather will do. So today and tomorrow seem to be pretty close in weather, so I don't know. We're gonna send it.
Going to send it. Well, I mean, if anything else, you're going to get a look at the tree.
Exactly. And it never hurts to get another shot at that.
With this not being nitrous weather, how worried are you about trying to keep the Pistons in it? Are you thinking, oh, I might be able to hit driver here, set my record, chase them down, or are you focused on turning on wind lights?
Focus on turning on wind lights is the main thing. Records don't pay nothing. Wind lights do.
Folks, the Hancock group seems pretty confident over here with his arms crossed and a big old smile on his face. Hang out and let's see how it turns out in LDR here at Lights Out 16.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils. 100% PAO base oil. The Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Hey, listen up to all the racers out here. It's very important that I tell you this. If you're driving a car in competition and something happens, you hear a pop or something, you know this car isn't going to make it. In a safe manner, pull over to either the right side out of the racing groove. Safe. I'm not saying if you're going 200 miles an hour, pull that thing over. But I'm saying if it happens and you can control it, get out of the groove, pull it over to the right side or the left side, whatever lane you're in. And we just appreciate that because it helps us keep the messes clean and out of our racing groove. So if you have something go awry, a breakage, a motor blow up, or a backfire, something, a huge wheel stand, the oil pan hits, you know, pull over. Don't go right down the track. Pull over safely. Use a blinker if you have them. But we appreciate it. Thank you. Tim Orris, you need your tech card brought to the tower, please. Tim Orris to tech. Tim Orris, you need to take your tech card to tech if you're running. That's coming from Debbie. All right, so Marty Piercy down there. Big Lou helping him out down there. Big Lou out of Chicago, Illinois, calls Bradenton, Florida home now. Giving Piercy a help, Marty Piercy. What a great guy. Out of Bront, Texas. So the big Dodge Challenger, and Lou down there backing him up.
Mrs. Piercy is not here. You've seen her celebration there. And this is another rematch there from U.S. Street. She was, you would have thought she won the million or something. She was going buck wild.
Oh, yeah. Get that big checkered flag jacket on and do your thing, girl. Here's the Cowboy down there looking at DJ McCain out of North Augusta, South Carolina. The 06 C6 style, model, I should say, Corvette. UC Power on board.
Speed World Custom sponsored hot rod there in the left lane, and yeah. And no, I butchered it, but it's cool. They got the dash intact. I don't know if you checked out old McCain Facebook page, but they was hollering about no dash, and he said, put your money where your mouth is.
Look at that car, man. Piercy trying to hang with that Chevrolet Corvette at 4.19 seconds at 173 miles per hour. 066 on a tree. Piercy gave him a little shot for it out of Bron, Texas. Awesome deal.
I think whoever wanted a piece of that for $2,000 probably saved their money right there. They've been better off giving it to the Pope or something.
Absolutely. Brings up the next two not on file. And
it looks like goldenrod or something, but you look on the you look that up, but left-hand side of the racetrack, big block killer behind the wheel. The Terry Ryan owned hot rod here in the left lane, the Tin Soldier machine. As man, the cool thing about this deal is like it definitely should not be as fast as it is. As you look at like other Mustangs in this category, they got like battle boxes and all kinds of other stuff. I mean, this thing still has like the stock location points on the control arms and the body. Cheeseburger tuned up small block forward power here for the machine coming at you. The owners, Cascade Locks, Oregon, Terry Ryan, Deborah Fletcher in the house. They, yes, they're bundled up there, and we'll see what Cheese and company got coming forward here against the Mustang in the right lane. Blazing yellow. I don't know why they would call something lazing yellow, but it's Al Tucci, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, phone a friend. Who wants to be a millionaire? Woo, look at the Mustang roll out, baby.
You're not kidding, man.
Big block killer, killed it. 417, 175. I know the Ryans wasn't making no noise on the internet, but man, goes to the top of the sheet. Good work there, Cheeseburger and the rest of the crew.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on to your Texas belt there, big man. The world champion's making his way to the starting line right here in the right side. Radio Outlaws Racing Series that Barrett knows all about. They have a point series. And
yeah, you're looking
at
the
a buffet or a banquet and all types of things.
Right down there in Valdosta. They actually, the weird thing is Ron Rhodes got a ring before Kim Wexler did. It's crazy stuff, but
those are fighting.
Yeah, hey, that's
he
all
just
right.
started a family feud.
No, it's trust me. You've seen the pictures. I think at this point it's a running joke, but yeah, backing on up the BES powered machine here in the right lane. Switched over to Motec, so quite the interesting little switcherooski here in the right lane. Left-hand side is going to be Papa Hole. That is Charles Hole rolling out there.
All right, so let's see how the world champion lays down the law here. I mean, the wind's blowing pretty strong to the east, right? Yep, that'd be the east that way. South or east, whatever it be. But anyway, he's going to pull up here on the right side. Let's see how he does. Got a Mustang next to him. Chevrolet versus Ford. And, wow, what a phone call. Ford and a Chevy guy in the phone at the same time as the Chevy and a Ford are going to battle here and qualify.
What color red do you call those cars?
What color red? What color red is the Ford Mustang? Bright red.
Yeah.
Hey, it paid off the color.
Yeah, there you go. 423, 169. Something to start with there is they were front row seat with most teams on the struggle bus down there at US Street. And Charles Hole, good shot there. 421.0, 173 and a half. So Texas math, that'll be 174. We get a representative from Dragwire Solutions. If we got someone out there as part of the Dragwire Solutions, you could come up to the tower. I got a customer looking for you here. So again, if we have a representative from Dragwire Solutions, to come to the tower. That would be appreciative here as Eric Laferriere coming at you in the White Rice machine here in the right lane, the 240 machine. Tycon Industries nitrous outlet arrive sensors. GSC Power Division in the right lane. The Cumberland, Rhode Island Hot Rod here. And the left-hand side of the racetrack is Billy Lackey from Waldorf, Maryland, home of Fabian Brown.
Formerly the home. I live in Selbyville, Delaware now, but close enough.
One other person would have known that I was telling a falsehood, so you could have just rode with it.
Yeah, it's true. We got Billy Lackey from Waldorf and Eric Laferriere, White Rice, Cumberland, Rhode Island. This car has been on a tear the last couple of years.
Can you see record holders, right?
Oh, yeah. Look at it.
Whoa. Did you see that move? Billy Lackey, man, he just got lucky because that thing wanted to make a shift to the right lane.
Oh, it did.
He got out of the throttle and made things happen in his, probably in his driving experience, let him get back out of it, man. Good job. So number 3, Eric Laferriere, 420 with a 180 miles per hour. If you're a Ford lover, Ford racer, and I'd like to send some prayers out to one of the greatest Ford racers, Joe Da Silva,
out
of Canada.
Absolutely.
He's in the hospital, and they just did some surgery on his prostate and stuff, and I just send out prayers and love to him and Carrie Da Silva. And don't feel bad to get on your phone and text him or something and tell him get well. Joe Da Silva out of one of the best there was in Pro 5.0, if you remember, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of the legends of the sport is Alan Feltz and Brian Brooks ready to go. As looks like Brian is not running. So it's going to be a left lane single.
Well, Alan Feltz out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, the 91 Ford Mustang. Got that Bennett huge horsepower small block in it. And I don't mean huge horsepower, but that guy builds some great motors. KBX.
All right, here we go. Alan Feltz out of Bowling Green, Kentucky on a solo.
Nice run.
Alan, 107 short, top of the racetrack. 4:16.6, 172. And Alan Feltz will go number 1. Wow, good
by
solid lap.
Hundredth of a second, man. Not bad at all. Taking advantage of the cool air and the tune-ups, and if the car hooks, it's going to book, believe me. You're going to go fast. Here's Brian Brooks out of Parker, Colorado. He'll be over here in the right lane. Brooks and Company, 93 Ford Mustang, 460 LS power in there. What's the LS? Chevrolet, right? All right, there we go. I just wanted to make sure. And Jeff Moses got the big sponsorship of our title sponsor, Holley EFI. Utilizing that great stuff. Holley EFI, our title sponsor here. Our premier sponsor, Summit Racing Equipment. Go on down to Summit's trailer and check out all the great things for 2025 that Summit brings to the racing world.
And also
not just, I apologize, Fabian, but not just race cars, not just high performance. You can wax, paint, wheels, tires, probably get yourself a nice driver's suit and all those neat things over there at Summit Racing Equipment.
And you can do it online, summitracing.com, or the Summit Racing app. And actually, driving out of Atlanta on Tuesday past the shop, as looks like courtesy staging is in effect here, so they're going to back Brian up.
Well, he's from Parker, Colorado. You know, they ride Bulls and Broncos down there. This Mustang wanted to get out of the gate fast right there, so they'll back him up. Moses over there still purging that Holley EFI nitrous oxide equipped Ford Mustang in the left lane. Get ready. He's in the TBM brake side of the racetrack where you can go to Motion Raceworks and get all your TBM brakes. Parts, pieces, get the whole deal. Thank you to the Cook family and all his helpers and owners and co-owners that make that happen. Motion Raceworks. Here we go. Again, Brooks. He's angry, wants that light, right? He wants that light in the worst way. Now he's like, yeah, take this. He let him go first, and he said, I'll get you. Brooks gets down there 466.5 at 116 miles per hour. Next two Stangs coming to the line.
I tell you what, that's Haley Hawes coming up on the right hand side. That is one beautiful looking Fox body Mustang over the right hand side of the racetrack.
Hey, is there a representative from Dragwire Solutions? Come to the tower. Dragwire Solutions, if there's a representative, come to the tower, please. Thank you.
So Sean Lyon on the left side, Haley Hawes on the right side. And Haley strikes the tire. Sean Lyon thought about it and lifted about 400 feet. 486, 106, 112 to 60-foot. Haley struck the tires right at the hit, and she's going to come back for Q2 later on.
What a run right there for the Yellow Beast, huh? Sean Lyons getting it done, number 9 qualifier. For, as Fabian pointed out, he let out of that thing, man. He didn't make a full pull out of that car, so plenty left there for Sean Lyons. Jimmy Chat. So Jimmy Chavez coming up here of Charlotte, North Carolina. That is the Soccer Mom Jeep SRT. And it's got a big old Hemi in it. Man, look at that thing backing up there. Who do you have in the left lane? That beautiful car out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think that's Mark Meering.
Mark Meering left side, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So east versus west. So actually, Jimmy not going to make the run here. They may be pushing him back. So Mark Meering going to go on a solo. Here we go, waiting on Meering. And 111 short for Mark Meering, top of the racetrack, about a 4.17.0, 179 miles an hour. So Mark Meering going to go to the number 2 spot out by 4 thousandths of a second. Good solid run here.
I like this car. I like the color. Just everything about this Chevrolet Camaro. What's the name on the door? Because it's not on the computer. I think that's part of the father-son team, right? That's here this weekend.
Well, I believe that's Jack Dykeman over on the right-hand side, and Terry Bloomer on the left.
I know I recognize the car from reading online, the internet, that he raced, I think it was a father-son battle here in testing.
As we're being told on the radio, we are going to be on hold. They are checking that right lane real quick. Make sure it looks like we'll be just fine. I'll tell you what. All right, so we got a way to give the all clear. Looks like we'll be just fine here. As I tell you, we've seen some stellar numbers. How about props definitely to the South Georgia Motorsports Park crew? As cold as it was this morning, and the numbers we are seeing right now in qualifying, definitely kudos to them.
All right, so here we go with Dykeman coming up here. Jack Dykeman, 1996, and his Chevrolet Camaro. It's not the year, I don't believe, but that is a good-looking ride. He's got 1911 to go after here in this round, so Dykeman will take on Terry Bloomer, as Fabian pointed out, and I thank him for showing the old guy that you can use Braille still.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll tell you what, and a real quick story, folks. I became a fan of Al Tucci back when I was a kid. You know, back at the old, old DeSoto, DeSoto, and then Braden back in the day when you had guys
Orlando.
like Tony Christian and
You remember
Orlando.
You remember the old good old days, the World Street Nationals and all the.
Oh yeah. I'd say what I mean. We are. I mean, the amount of beautiful race cars that. I mean, it's like a rolling car show. The cars go about in the fours at over 160 mile an hour to the 8th mile. As that's Tyler Johnson coming up and Vince Maleo coming up on our next pair. But here we are. 4:16.6, your number one qualifier at the present time. That's Alan Phelps. Both of them striking with tires.
Well, they'll get down there in ugly fashion, but they got it down there, right? On and off the throttle down there, 583, 580. Well, they were almost identical at the stripe. 583.1, 583.3. So they'll find 13 and 14 in qualifying, those two shall. And here comes one of the prettiest Pontiacs. I got to tell you, man, look at this car. That thing is gorgeous, dude. I don't know if I'm colorblind when it comes to dark colors. I don't know if it's black or blue, but man, it is a pretty car. And here's the Mustang coming up here in the tower side. All right, so here we go as they bring up Vince Maleo. Now, I remember the young lady that used to wheel that car in Canada. I don't know if this is the same car, but I know that young lady that's now has children and married, I believe. Wild wheel stand in the right side. Maleo, I'm over there telling a family tree, and he's climbing it as I'm telling the story about it. What a wild ride there for the Canadian racer down there. Man, I tell you what, I was just telling you how beautiful his wife is, and they got family, and she drove the car, and man, did he do a wild wheel stand.
That he did. I mean, that's.
I'm glad it's okay, because it could have been a lot worse.
Definitely, for sure, as both cars taking it easy off the far end of the racetrack. But great job by our FloRacing camera guys down there getting that on video. Here's a replay of those folks watching on Flo.
Watch this thing. And it starts right from the start. That thing wanted to go into the air.
And you saw
it three-wheelie. It was a three-wheelie. He had only one tire on the ground.
I mean, like, he pedaled it, and it started to come back down, jumps back in it, gets back up again, and man.
Got to tell him great job. I mean, he has the car in one piece. That's important because that thing was getting close to doing what you say, taking flight, right?
Oh, for sure.
So with that, Fabian, we'll fire up. The best part is nothing underneath the car caused any problems to the racing surface. So we'll get ready to go right here. More racing action in X275. So with that brings up Scott Carter, Holly, Michigan. He'll be in the left lane in the blue machine. 95 Mustang.
All right. So LDR should be coming in the lanes. Pairs 1 through 12 should be back there, LDR.
That's right, LDR 1 through 12 and LDR on that list should be there. Hancock, Blevins Jr., our champion, Henderson, Mika, Goss, Farbakey, Globo, Stack, Barnett, Hubbard, Yeomans, Halprin, Covey, Terrell, Tate, Smith, Martin, Cruz, Tyson, Volpe, Nichols, Sichet, Glass, and Godrew, Jacob Godrew, I believe. Y'all should be in the lanes. 1 through 12 on LDR should be in the lanes. And take us to the starting line with Carter out of Holly, Michigan. Again, thank you to Holly EFI for being the title sponsor and the platinum sponsor. Wow, hang on to it. A lot of power there, and that guy just seemed like he had one gear. 440 in the right lane. That thing just sounded perfect. The shift points are right on. Look at this gorgeous Buick. So Rick Masterson out of Paxton, Illinois, in his 64 Chevrolet Nova. God, that is a picture. Who's got a camera with the steam coming out of that thing?
Oh, my.
That blue paint, the white steam going down the side of that color. That's a gorgeous car, man. Very nice looking. So Austin Keene will be here on the right side of the racetrack in that beautiful Buick. This is a good-looking race car, man. Guys cleaned the tires off or whatever they did, made some adjustments. Now Keene's going to ever so gently roll into the top beams.
All righty, so here we go. Let's see, we can do a little better as Masterson left side, Keene right side. Again, still chasing at 4:16.6 from Alan Phelps.
Well, they're waiting on that Masterson as he'll roll up there so gently. Here comes Keene. They'll make their shot of it for X275, first round of qualifying. And then Jared Johnson coming up in the little white Mustang that could. Believe me, it can. See how well they do. His father down there, his brother. Here we go on the starting line now. Before he comes up, here's Keene, here's Masterson. Masterson can't hold it back. He's got to go. Wow, Keene's going to go. Spins the tires, both of them throwing their first round to the sidelines.
But definitely, looking at the weather for the rest of the weekend, it's supposed to warm up as the weekend progresses. So, maybe got to ease into it a little bit. Some drivers have, found the right setup, and others have struggled with it.
Or go see the guy that ran the low number and beat him up for the computer.
Alan Phelps, yeah. But, I don't think Alan's going to be talking, though.
Good stuff here in X275. There's the big story coming up here in the green machine. You've heard all about it, right?
Mm-hmm. So Sean Pevler coming up on the left-hand side, stepping it up from one class, stepping up here to X. So, hey,
Well, Jared Johnson of Johnston family coming up here in their car out of the Missouri area. I would tell you what, great racing family. Dad's been around. Just to have that family together. Nikki's back at home. Couldn't be here this weekend, his wife. But another great asset to this racing team. I said I'd go down and see it if she was here, but, she couldn't make it. But it's all right. Sit back and enjoy. Hopefully they get the hook they need to put some numbers in the qualifying book here. And you know what's neat about this one, Fabian, is that Sean Pevler's moved up to X275. Usually a limited drag radial car, that little green Mustang, holding records in limited drag radial. And that guy right there just ran out in front. That's John Kalivas, the brain set behind a lot of tuning and championships in that little brain. I'm going to tell you what, ain't little, it's huge. But that man right there definitely knows how to make a car fly. So Fuel Tech and all the guys, here's their first lick at X275 this year from limited drag radial. Let's see how they do.
All right, here we go.
So Jared Johnson going to bring up the boost over there in the turbo. Oh, he's gone. That's a run right there. Look at Jared going down track 422.
Wow.
174 miles per hour for Jared Johnston, man. 108.60 foot, 282 to the split. The 92 Ford Mustang and a 400 cubic inch Bennett Power out of Raymore, Missouri goes to number 7 in qualifying, the first hit of the day. Pevler not getting what they came for, man. They ran down to number 21 in qualifying. Here comes the next two. That's not So Rebecca Stewart coming up, Magnolia, Texas, the 91 Mustang. And look at that Chevrolet Nova. Tyler Bradley out of Pace, Florida, 66 Chevy 2 diesel. That is a diesel-powered Chevrolet Nova in the left lane. So don't be fooled if you pull into the Pilot down the street and you see them getting fuel in this thing. Cool, cool car, man. There's some big cubic inch in that thing, or a trick exhaust or something. Sounds different to me. We'll see how it runs, though. Rebecca Stewart out of Texas. 632 cubic inches. Maybe that's it, babe. Maybe we're used to hearing these small blocks wind up, and she brought a big block to the battle right here.
All right, here we go. That thing is humming and gets out of it.
God, that reminded me of the mosquito truck I followed on my bicycle. That explains everything when I was a kid.
So I'm being told the right lane shut off on the start line once it's staged, so that does count as the run was made. So they'll get it pulled back and.
So Rebecca Stewart's going to get pushed back. Apparently it's stalled out right there on the starting line. They'll push her back, get her back to the drawing board, and work it up for the next round of qualifying. All right, Fabian, we're back to the action here. First round of qualifying, X275, and here comes the four-door. Did you call a taxi?
That'd be one fast Uber, I'll tell you that.
No kidding. It'll blow the Uber stickers right off of it. Do they roll up here? Chris Mattingly out of Elizabeth, Kentucky. Man, you know, Fabian pointed out earlier to send all our prayers and things going on. I could not believe it. I've seen it before, but the picture of Bowling Green up toward the walkover bridge, the water.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's definitely heartbreaking. And like I said, and
Amanda May's back there with her family. Her husband's here, Frank, doing the driving. But Amanda May was pointing out that, you know, a lot of people really going through some tough times there in Kentucky. Our prayers go out to you. If you've got someone or you want to help someone out there in Kentucky, feel free to do so.
And absolutely. And also we're still sending our prayers out there to everybody who was affected by the California wildfires out there. And also just several months ago here, you know, when the two hurricanes came through this area. So definitely we are sending our thoughts, prayers, and everybody affected by those natural disasters recently. So, and if you're tuning in those areas, well, we hope we can bring some relief to you with a little good old drag race here at South Georgia Motorsports Park and Lights Out 16.
You could take the edge off. You know, watching this on Flow or coming out and witnessing it, take the edge off. It ain't going to change things. You still got to deal with it, but come out and enjoy yourself.